Hey, we're back. We're back. Hope we're live. You never know. We might be live. We might not be live. You just never know with this channel what's going to happen, do you? How are we all? Are we all? I don't know. Obviously, we're going to be a little bit less, I would have thought, than Sunday's streams, but just thought this radio was doing my head in. Lots of people commenting on it and different ideas about all the different things. So I thought, what the hell? Let's go back on live again. Mrs. Cruncher's gone out gallivanting around the town tonight, so ideal opportunity to have another crack at this Hacker Autocrat. I mean, if I get it fixed quick, I've even got something else I can look at that's been sent in by my brother Trevor. Headphones hi-fi review. So we can't have Sunday live, can we? On the banner, we need a banner, don't we? We need a banner, really. Let's see if we can get a banner. I haven't had time to do this. Look. Ha. So we'll go with There we go. That'll do us. Okay, so let's Monday madness. It is mad. Okay, who we got in? Whatever next Tuesday. I'm prepping for Christmas, see? So we got George Christophe. Evening, George, and welcome. Been an interesting chat today, listening to your technical info for Brett and all of us, really, because I'm not a radio expert by any means. Clive, come back in to see me butcher his radio a bit more. Welcome, Clive. We got Steve. Welcome, Steve. You know, so got Spanky's in. Welcome, Spanky. Paul Cody's, Andy Beck, and Brett as well. Brett Ski. We're all here. I don't know. And Doug as well. You thought you lost a week. It's a bit dark in here, unfortunately. As I say, the lighting is not the best. Gonna need to sort that and get myself one of those ring lights, I think, to shoot through the camera. Saying that I've got a bit more light available, but I'll save that for later. And in the UK now, it is just gone 7 o'clock. It's getting dark outside. It's wet, windy, horrible. I fed the chickens, walked the dogs. Chickens ain't gone to bed yet, but I have shut them in case Mr. Foxy gets some. Right, Benji, all right? I saw you pop in there, Benji. Welcome. So yeah, we don't want any of your friends going and having a chicken for tea, do we? So I thought, you know, I'd grab some tea and hopefully it'd be just in time to come on for a couple hours or so. You never know. You never know how long these streams are going to last, do you, really? So did we all enjoy yesterday's stream then? It was a bit of a marathon job, wasn't it? It's quite a lot to get through. It's quite interesting to look at the R303 as well. So we won't bill you for the whole live stream, Clive, just 3/4 of it, mate. So that's not a problem. You've had fish cakes, cottage pie. I had fish pie. It's a bit of a fish thing going on. I had cottage pie last night, but the missus ate that for lunch, the rest of that. Yeah, it was quite a lot of work in a short space of time, but I've got all my cameras back in action again, I think. Hopefully, they've all recovered. The bench is sort of roughly tidied up, but I have been having a quick look at this radio today, on and off, and I've got a little bit further with it. I've done a couple of other things. What's that? Camera's doing some strange stuff. It should be over there a bit more, I think. Oh, no, who knows? Yes, the man with the fishy fingers. Chicken and pasta. Yeah. got the place to yourself now the dog has gone home. Do you have like a surrogate dog or something? What's going on there, Benji? It's like a secret meeting, yeah. So, yeah, as I say, I have been playing a little bit with this, on and off. Really, most of what I've done, I've pulled out the service info and everything on it, and just tried to familiarise myself with how the thing works, and what I'm likely to expect where in the radio. Oh, so you're a dog sitter then, Benji, is what you're saying, yeah? I do. Clive's on chicken and pasta, Brett's sausage and mash. Yeah. We're all fed and watered anyway. Yeah, Mrs. Crunch had left me a fish pie before she went. So I've had that. I've not washed it down with anything yet. I wasn't going to have a beer. I was going to have a small one tonight. But, you know, you never know. I'm feeling a bit thirsty. Paul's had pork steaks, pasta in a tomato and rosemary sauce. We don't normally eat tea till a bit later on, to be honest. Hey Theo, the transistor man. How you doing, Theo? Theo's been working hard trying to identify those transistors we pulled out of the Autocrat yesterday. I think you were getting confused, Theo, or is it? You got about 4 names, so I think you were getting confused, Theo, between the R303 and the Autocrat, but they were out of the Autocrat. I managed to find some OC transistors online that have been manufactured by Newmarket. So, no dinner here. Mrs. had teeth out today. Oh, that's not good enough, George, is it? Are we going to ring in for a takeaway, mate? Ring for a takeaway. Yeah, the Newmarket transistors were a bit strange. I found a little... Hi, Hen. Did you repair Grundig satellites? I have. I've done a satellite 2100 and I've got a couple 5000 stashed away somewhere as well. Satellite 5000, so I do. Somebody said, just eat. Yeah, that's the way, mate. Go for it. Order it in. Get the full house. Yeah, so I found a little video yesterday on Facebook, actually, from Newmarket. It must be a Newmarket Historic Society, I think it was. I'll tell you one thing I've got a polarizing filter on this lens. That's going to cut some of the light down, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Oh, cuts a bit of the glare off, look. Forgot I had polarizer on it. Hi, Cyberflyer. David Roberts, I think I said hello, David, didn't I? Bonus night tonight, yeah. We're still all here, look. We can't get away from this thing, can we? It's fun, though, isn't it, messing about with these old radios. I don't know if... I haven't heard from Sean today, so I don't know if Sean's about. Maybe, maybe not. Yes. I don't know, Doug. I mean, the sort of thought that those NKT transistors were manufactured by NKT, possibly for Hacker, and they had all sorts of stuff in that they used to trial and try in radios and that, and we think because they've remade some of the OC series transistors for Mullard, branded NKT, that possibly they did the same with the those output transistors, AC127, and well, the other one's supposed to be an OC81, but it was more like a AC128, I think it was. So I think that's what was intended. Yeah, that's as you're saying, Benji. Yeah, I think that's what we're saying. Well, that they're made for the radio market. I think, Theo, did you come across something that said that they actually made transistors for Hacker? Or that they used them in the Autocrat? I don't know. But one of them was obviously dodgy. It was showing on my transistor tester as a diode across it. George explained it a lot better in the messenger chat earlier. But, hey, Ganesh, how are you? Welcome. I know, I'm not supposed to be on here. I know, but I am. Nothing better to do apart from sit and watch a tally. So I thought, nah, sod it. Let's have another crack at this radio. Let's have another crack at it, see if we can get the thing going. So, shall we get onto the bench and have a look, see what's going on? You found some NKT15 in a different package in an American radio magazine. Oh, wow. I've got my Stream Deck back now as well, look. So that's better. What's that camera doing tonight? It doesn't like this light. Oh well. Let's get onto the main camera then. A bit of a strange colour it's kicking out there. Because I got the light on above, I think. Let's put that one down. That might help it out a bit. There we go. So I've still got the old book out. I've still got the old book out. Hacker RP33. So if you're following along, this is a Hacker Autocrat. Where's my camera? I'm in the way of my camera, aren't I? Let's get out of the way. So there's the chassis. And what I did this evening is I printed out schematic and board layout. And just for good measure, I've done a massive one as well in A3, so that'll help. But I have been through some parts of the circuit. I've had a little play injecting signals, that sort of thing. I've proved that the amplifier works fine now by injecting a signal, but I can show you that in a minute. So what have I done? I've pulled this thing out. The where's my overhead camera? I pulled this one out. Now I've had problems with these little things before with hackers. And this, I don't know if any of you have got the circuit diagram or you're following along, but this is, it's not actually marked on the board. It is L8, which is the last can before it goes out to the volume control. And this has actually got the detector in it. So it's got the detector circuit in it. Demodulator circuit in it. It's got the demodulator circuit in it. So I had this apart because I've had one of these before where the diode has gone. And I thought, well, I'm going to check it while I'm here. So let me see if I can find the... So it is... The diode in there, they don't actually tell you what it is, but it's an OA90. Let me see if I can find it again a minute, because it's in amongst all the bits for the radio. I did save it, I'm sure I did. I've just got to find it now. It's all here somewhere. Let's get straight into the radio, I think, don't you? I can't find it now. I've done with that then. It is in there, I'm sure I put it in there. Well, I must be cracking up because I can't see that there. What have I done with that then? Graham, what have you done with that, you fool? Probably knocked it on the floor, I expect. Wow, that's a mystery. That is a mystery. Excuse me while I just move this out of the way. No, it's not there. Oh, it's gone. How bizarre. Yeah, that's all the stuff out the radio, but it's certainly not in any of that lot. Yeah, so what I was going to try and show you was that it... that's bizarre. I really don't know where that's gone. It was actually registering as a Zener diode in circuit, so I thought, well, that doesn't seem right. So I took it out of the can, and it was still registering as a Zener diode for some bizarre reason. So I've changed it. I put another OA90 in it, and it's now registering properly as a diode. I'll pop it out the can again to show you. You never know, that other one might suddenly rear its head, but I can't see it anywhere. It's typical, isn't it? So I don't know if any of you have seen, I'm sure most of you would have seen inside one of these cans before. It's not going to come out now, is it? Put it back in too well. There we go. So this is where the magic happens, and it takes the RF away and just leaves the audio signal. So I've tested everything in there. There's also like a little, let me get you in a bit closer. Put a bit of light on it. I've tested the other components in there. There's a little capacitor there. And in there you'll see the diode. I'm sure you can see that. Am I in the right place? I need to be there, really, don't I? Let's go in a little bit closer. Oh, too far, too far. There. It's a little bit grainy, but you can see that diode sat in there. Just there. Yeah, you can see that. That, as I say, it's an OA90. The other one, it was still a diode, but it wasn't registering properly, so I should think it's breaking down perhaps when it's got voltage applied to it. So it's changed. And I believe that is across those two legs. So we'll show you that on the diode checker in a minute. Let's get that back in. Zoom me back out again because it is a bit grainy. But as I say, I doubt that that is the problem. I'm still suspecting the AF 117s. Okay, so the diode I think is across those two pins. So it's just as easy to get my tester in. This component tester does diodes as well. This is going to register as a Zener now, isn't it? Oh dear. There you go. So just a normal diode junction. That's fine. No issues there. But as I say, the other one, wherever it is, I really don't know where that's gone, because I did keep it back here especially. But annoying. Anyway, that's the diode that's in there. OA90. Worth getting a few of those in if you haven't got them. I suppose most germaniums might do it. AA119s might do it, but that's what they actually use anyway. So, right. And one other thing, well, a few other bits that I've checked, and I'll show you in a minute. We'll go back to the overhead cam. It's just easier to show you stuff on that, really, isn't it? It is easier to show you. Let me just have a quick catch up with the chat. Paul has sent me something to have a look at. Pic sent to my Facebook. See if we can get on that without it crashing me out, Paul. As it did yesterday. Again, if we do crash, people, stay put. I will be back. Just when all this lot overheats, it crashes and freezes, crashes and burns. All right, let me see if I can save that. It is. It certainly is. That's the sort of case I would expect it to be in, Paul, to be honest. Oh, I need to save that into pictures, don't I, really? I think I can pop it up on the screen then. Right, yeah. Well, we'll have a look at that in a minute, Paul, when we get back onto the amplifier. Right. So where am I? I'm a bit lost now. There I am. Here I am. Okay. Let's just brighten it up a fraction. Looks a little bit dark. Find a pointer. So this is where that IF transformer and the demodulator sits in there. Demodulator, I keep calling it detector. I suppose it is. I don't know. But you'll also notice I've got the leg of this capacitor pulled up. I thought, well, there's only literally 2 electrolytics on there, so we'll just test that one. So I'll show you what that reads in a minute. The other thing I've done is I've been in, hopefully you can see this, let's pop it this way around. Zoom you in a bit further. I don't need to give camera commentary, really, do I? But yeah, there you go. So our AF127 down here, that's the oscillator transistor. And I wanted to make sure that it was actually wired in right. And sure enough, it actually is. It is in the right way around. So no issues with that one. Strangely enough, in this radio, we've got a choke. And that's all to do with the car aerial. So this radio's got a car aerial socket, and it's wired up. So you push the auto button, and it switches over to the car aerial instead of the ferrite. That's what that is. So looking there, brilliant. So to say, we've still got this horrible wiring in here that I've got to sort out. So the other thing is, I've had the oscillator on the scope, and sure enough, it is oscillating. So we've got oscillation. I can push an AF signal through the IF stage, but I can't get an RF signal through it. So I'm suspecting that we have got a fully shorted out AF117. Right. Zooming back out again then. Let's see if we can add in a picture. Add in an image. Okay. So here's the picture that Paul's just sent me on the NKT15. Well, obviously that's a lot different than the NKT15 that I've got here. As I say, this has got the letters SER beside it. Totally different can altogether. And this was in the output stage of the amplifier. So yeah, thanks for that, Paul. I haven't got the iPad linked up today because I'm using the input for the Nikon there. So this is the one that came out of that, and it's difficult to see because of the lighting and the fuzzy camera, but that is NKT 15. Or NKT SER 15. So yeah. Right. So I think I said hello to you, Andy, didn't I, Andy Tobin? Hi, Tom Tremaine, how are you? Anyone in the London area help you fix an old radio? Not sure who we've got in the London area, to be honest, but yeah, you just don't know, do you? It looks like my camera's moved a bit. Let me just alter that a bit. Excuse me for the belly cam. There we are, that's a bit better. Neighbour's dog's kicking off. Right, so a couple of things to do. Firstly, let's test this electrolytic. Right, that's one side of it. So this is supposed to be 40 microfarads. 40 microfarads. Okay. It's reading 94.96 and 95 microfarads, so it's doubled itself, more than doubled itself. And we got a very high ESR of 5.4 on it. And in the circuit, let's get the bigger diagram out for you to have a look at. I've zoomed in too close now. Where are we? I think you should be able to see there. Let's get you on that. Let's back up here, look. Just see it there. So it's definitely smack bang in the middle of the IF circuit. It's up here and it's linked in to the AGC circuit by the looks of it, the automatic gain control. So I'm just wondering if that was leaking down to ground. Possibly it's going to throw that circuit right out. As I say, there's no signals anywhere in the radio, so that's certainly a suspect. And obviously we've got these transistors which we need to get sorted. So I'll do that capacitor. I'll put the cam back in, and then we'll connect it back up and see where we are, and perhaps we can look at getting some signals pushed through it. Camera doesn't like too much white. So I did find another capacitor, but that's, oh, there we are. It's just easier to change this capacitor without that IF can in there, because it's really difficult to get that one out normally. You've really got to mess about. So say it's a 40 microfarad, I'm going to pop a 47 in there. So bear with me, I'm just going to go and get something to drink a second. It's looking a bit dark out down there, isn't it? I was just going to have a small one really, but I'm really thirsty. It's all that talking, see, that's what it does. That's what it does to you. All that talking forces me to drink. What have we got here? Sweet and roasted, mild. That sounds all right. Puppies are in watching CSI. Excellent. Barking at noisy neighbours. I'm back. I'm back. I say I don't normally drink beer at home in the week. If I go out, I do, but normally just have the wine, but I drank all that last night. I needed it after that marathon stream. Good old Mrs. Cruncher for putting up with me out the way for so long, but I don't suppose... I suppose she was glad to get me out of the way for so long. Ha. Right, let's have a look at the Hey, Andrew Ausfer. You made it in, Andrew. Have you sneaked out, or are you in the wardrobe still? Are you still in the wardrobe, Andrew? Hi Keith, how are you? Welcome on a Monday evening, strangely, or it's probably, yeah, it is probably early evening for you, isn't it? Right, my desoldering tool is up to temperature, so let's untangle it from everything, as per usual. The phone, put those diodes back, and that is marked on the board, so let's pop that one out. It came out quicker than I expected then. Okay. What are they on now, those dogs? Someone's upsetting them. Let me go and see what's upsetting the dogs a minute. Some neighbours again, I expect. They cannot shut up. Poor puppies. They're not puppies really, they're 2 years old now. But anyway. Let's get this one in. So I'm going to bend the legs and stick it up in between the can. I haven't got any tools out. Let's use the back of the board as a template. Okay. Let's pop that in. Yeah, I was getting pretty tired by the end of it last night as well. That's why I was sort of like rushing through some of the stuff. I normally take a bit longer over things and mull over them a bit more, but it was just one of those things that I was just hoping that at the last minute I would get it going, but it didn't happen, did it? So we're back again, investigating further on poor old Clive's little autocrat. So I couldn't really do a lot today because it was pretty foul here again weather-wise. I think we're pretty much in for the same again tomorrow, but looks like it's going to be a bit better Wednesday. So hopefully get out and get some photos done on Wednesday. Go off. Let's pop that one off. Right, let's get this can back in if I can. These are a bit of a pig to get in and out. So you can see how tight that is. Well, I don't know if you can see how tight that is. You probably can. It's quite a tight squeeze in between the two cans. That's why it's a bit of a godsend to take this out. It's a devil to get at when this one goes back in. Actually, in fact, it would be easier for me to... It's actually going to be easier for me to do T4 as well while I'm at it. So let's get T4 out while we're in here. Because, again, that's a bit tricky to get in once that can's back in place. And I suppose we ought to put one of our Russian friends back in there, don't we? Have you got a Google Drive or something you can pop it in, Paul? Of course, the light's terrible in here. Cool. It's gone a different colour. Have you got a Google Drive or something you can put it in, Paul, and drop a link in here or anything like that? There you go. Well done, Paul. Thank you. Cheers, mate. So if anyone wants a link to the radio and television servicing books that deal mainly with the Hacker and Roberts, then Paul's done that very kindly for us, sir. But bear in mind, you need the books to have the index. You tried your first Guinness the other day, Andy, did you? Other dark beers now to try. It's probably one of those like hotel radios, is it? Have you got the model number there, Tom? If you got the model number there, Tom, we'll fire it up on screen for you. Let's have a model number. Right, let's just pull this transistor out a minute. That sounds like it blocked itself up, doesn't it? Let's see if that's just the remains of the shield leg. There we go. So this is T4. Let's get you on the overhead cam. So we've got a couple of tests to do on these. One to see if it is a transistor. Does it actually register as a transistor? I'm sort of taking parts out again here without testing on it, but so the reason I've done that purely is because it's easier with that can out of the way. Right, so connect it up. Should be able to see that. It should register as transistor, and it has PNP HFE 43. It's pretty low for one of those, to be honest. It's not showing us shorted though. But it certainly will be shorted to the can. There we go. So yeah, it's absolutely full of shorts. So I'm just going from the can now. Can't quite see where I am. Let's just get myself in picture a bit. So I'm just measuring from the can there, look, to each junction. That's a collector. It's jumping about a bit, but it's around about 10 ohms, so that's definitely quite a big short. 200 ohms to the base, and 9.6K. That one's had it. Let's stick a Russian one in. Now, where are they, Graham? What's happened to them? There they are. After the big tidy up. So we're going to put one of these little beauties in. Going to need 3 of these because I'm going to change those transistors anyway. I just wanted to try and see if we could prove what it was. So we got those 3 GT322Bs. Get me a little pinout chart. So any of you screenshotters, that is the pinout for the GT322B, looking from the underside of it. So you've got a little tab there, you've got the emitter and shield either side. And up here is the AF126, if you're replacing it with one of those. So you're replacing one of those with it. And down here's the AF117. So it's a 22RB192. Let's have a look at that on Google unless someone else has already done that. According to Radio Museum, it's a Filletta Special. Although the 15S doesn't really ring a bell. Let me see if I can get that up for you, Tom. You can tell me if it is the same one. No, we can only print that. I can't show you that for some reason because it's Radio Museum. Yeah, I can't save the picture. Save. Oh, I can save image as. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see if it'll let me view that on vMix. Bear with me, people. We're just trying to help Tom out here. Let's see if we can get an image, see if this is the radio. Okay, let's zoom that in a bit. Is that your radio, Tom? Is that it? that is Tom's radio. So let's have another look back and see if we can find a schematic for it, because that will tell us what's likely to be wrong with it. Well, it hasn't got any dodgy transistors in it. It could be the AA119 diode, but let's have a quick look at the schematic. Just having a quick look at the inside of it. It's more than likely going to be capacitors, isn't it, people? I mean, well, it's a Philips radio and it looks like it's got Philips caps in it, so they're usually pretty good. Yeah, as I say, Tom, we don't really know. Chris is posting something in the room. Oh dear. This looks familiar, actually. Chris, does somebody want to jump in and tell Chris that we're live? I'm not sure if he knows. He might not be near the internet, you never know. Chris has just posted an image. So let's pop that up. Chris is asking if anyone knows what this is, so this could be interesting. Where did I just save that to? Downloads? Ha! Where's it gone? Documents? Pictures. That's it there, I think. Yeah, there we go. Chris is asking if we know what that is. I think someone's messaged him. I can hear my phone pinging off here. Chris is asking what that is. I mean, it looks familiar. It looks like a Marconi output meter I'm going to go for. Evening, Victor, how are you? I would say that's a Marconi. It's a multi-tapped resistor, isn't it? Selenium rectifier. Ooh. Could be, Andrew. It's got a hell of a lot of tap-ins if it is. Hey! Hi, Chris. So it's not a multi-tap resistor then? Andrew says it's a selenium. He's got it, has he? It looks like the case of my Marconi output meter. That's what I was looking at, but it's not quite the same. It's definitely of that era. That's a lot of tap-ins for a selenium rectifier though, Chris, if that is what it is. It does look like an extra long selenium rectifier. Wire wound. Wire wound. Wire wound. Don't start me on wire wound again. Do not start me on wire wound again. So Chris, it's a selenium rectifier. Right. I need to get the legs of this GT322B sorted. So are you happy with Chris's unusual thingy? What's it actually in then, Chris? It's obviously in some sort of test gear, knowing you. Gotta be in it. Right. So let's put it that way round. It's a collector. Collector, shield, base emitter. Right, we can go back to that if you want, Chris, in a minute. AVIL wide range signal generator. Well, there you are. I got my head in the way now, am I? So I'm going to pop this transistor in. So collector, shield. Oh, I nearly got that wrong. Base emitter. I nearly got that wrong then. I'll tell you, it's so easy to get these pinouts wrong on these old transistors. So let me double check. Collector. Collector. Shield. Base emitter. Right, okay. I'm there. I'm there. The number of times I've put these things in the wrong way round, and I've done it live on camera as well before, which is always great. There we are. Whee. Right, let's get that one soldered in. Looking good. Just snip the leg off there. There he is. Sat in there very nicely, thank you. So we'll pop this one back in, if it will go back in. These are a bit of a faff because you're playing with a lot of legs. There we go, we're in. We are in, just need to bend the little tabs. Actually, I think it went that way. Oh, Christ. Gouged the board. Hello, who's that?
Yo, open up, man. My girl just caught me. You better catch her.
I get a copyright hit for that now, won't I? We'll know what my ringtone is now. Wasn't me. It wasn't me. Have we gone through the wrong hole there? Or haven't we? No, it was right. All right. It sounds like he's left me a message. It's one of my neighbours, so I need to check that in a second. If you remember yesterday when we were hammering all the transistors, this was the only one that seemed to be responding to us giving it a good hide in. Is that all of them? No, we've got that one there. There we are. So bear with me. Just going to see quickly what that message was. No, didn't. Did leave a message, so everything must be a-okay. Right. Need to zoom that main camera back out a bit, really. A bit too far in now, isn't it? Okay. So that's one of the transistors done. And a dodgy capacitor, a dodgy diode. So let's connect it back up and see what happens, shall we? What else have I got disconnected here? Nothing. That's that. So we've still got two dodgy transistors in there, but we'll get to them in a minute. Still nothing. Okay, let's fire the signal generator up a minute then. So let's get you on the webcam. Hopefully you can see what's going on. So it's a bit shaky. It's all a bit tied up with everything. So I'm going to switch it to AF generator, please. I'm just going to turn the level down. God, I tell you, I've got to service these. There we go. Let's turn that level right down to nothing in a minute. Let's connect up to AF generator output. I'm going to connect it onto the radio. Let's turn it off for a minute. Use a chassis. And I'm going to connect in to the rather horribly soldered wiper. So what I'm doing is I'm putting an AF signal into the radio, which hopefully should come out of the speaker. Hopefully. So let's turn it back on. So it's virtually nil output, but if I turn it up, hi Buzz 1973. It's not the cleanest of signals, I know, but it is coming out. And I mean, the other thing I tried earlier is putting an AF signal through the IF stage, if you know what I mean. So we can do that as well. But that is passing through what it was earlier. I don't know if that actually proves anything or not. So those of you that are more learned than me, I'm sure will be able to tell me if I can get the thing in there. It's a bit difficult to attach onto that. It's right down there on that switch bank. There. Let's turn it on again. So there is a signal getting through the IF. So does that tell us anything? I don't know. I don't know. Does that tell us anything, those of you that know? Okay, let's just catch up with a chat. There's an item ending soon. I don't think so. It might be. Robert's wide range signal generator. Hi John, Marty, not seen you for a while, mate. Welcome. And Buzz is there as well. Welcome, Buzz. Well, I'm pushing an AF signal through it rather than RF signal, Theo. I'm not sure whether that makes a difference. And I was injecting that signal. Let's get you on the overhead camera. We've still got nothing. We've still got no RF coming through the IF. This is quite a good overhead camera because it's doing what it's supposed to. It's a document reader. So I just can't. Oh, I've knocked the thing off straight. That's why. Okay. So I was injecting, the first time down on the volume pot, I was injecting there on the wiper. That proved that the amp's working fine. And then I was injecting back here. So this is basically off the switch. You can't quite see that. Put it this way a bit more. So this is the feed into, this is the mixer and first IF, this transistor. Ignore this one, this is the oscillator. So I connected up to here, this switch point, which goes in through this capacitor and into the IF stage and then out through to the amplifier. So an AF signal is getting through there. But if I put a modulated RF signal in, I don't think it's coming out. So there's something stopping it. I'm not sure. Okay. Anyone got any other ideas? Anything that I should try before we start pulling out the rest of these transistors? Sorry, Chris, I wasn't going to drink either, but I'm really thirsty. Wire wound resistor. Don't do it. I don't think the oscillator is US, Theo. I'll show you the oscillator in a minute. Drink more. Use a signal tracer. There's nothing on the signal tracer. Absolutely nothing on a signal tracer, John. TX have to come out. That's where I'd be. TX? Oh, the transistors, yeah. Drink more. Okay. Let's show you the oscillator then. See if we can show you. We should be able to show you the oscillator. Let's reconnect it back up again. Turn the soldering on and off for the minute. Save me burning out yet another element. Right, this is going to be fun, but I think because I got the webcam, I should be able to show you this. I've got to put things out the way so you can see the scope screen, basically. Ah, I've just found that. I've just found it. Just found that diode, so we can have a look at that in a minute. See what you think of that. So I'm just firing the scope up. Let's get the webcam over there. See, oh, I might actually be able to get right in front of the thing. Whoa. If I don't knock it over with my leg, that is. Bear with me, I'm setting this up so as you can hopefully see it. What does that look like in the webcam? Ooh, not bad. Okay. So I can stick the webcam picture in picture, possibly. Yes, I can. Or is it? Yeah. So you can see where I'm probing then. It's a bit dark over this side. Now the oscillator transistor is down here. I'll try and get you a little bit better in shot. So that's where I'm going to be probing. Let's get my oscilloscope probe. Which one is that? That's channel 2. Yep. So I'm just going to connect to the chassis on 10 times 10, and I'm going to connect onto the collector of the oscillator. So let's power it up. And there is my oscillator. If I mess with the times per division, it can get it a bit bigger. Look. So that is my oscillator, and if we alter the tuning dial, you can see that it is changing in frequency. So my personal view is there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So let's stick that on main screen. A little bit dark there. So we can close it up a little bit. You can see the effect of it a bit better as I tune it up and down. So that's on the collector. Now, I did think maybe we need to go through L5. So that's the oscillator itself, but let's see if it's coming back out of L5. So it needs to be coming back out to C8. Let's stick the smaller diagram in there, a bit easier. Let's turn that off a minute. So when we weren't actually going through one of the cans there. So I hope you're following along, because I'm looking for help with this as well. So I measured that on the collector of T1 here. So you can see that goes down through L5, and then it comes back out and up into the emitter of T2. So I need to check really at point A if I've still got that oscillator there. So modulated IF and go on the basis and collector of each transistor. High sim 6699. It does seem to be that the oscillator is good. But I will double check that it's coming back out through this can, because there could be an issue with one of the coils could be broken and it's not getting up to the emitter of T2. So I should be able to see that on point A, which I can see. So point A is up here. Yeah, point A is not the easiest thing to get on. So I'm trying to get a scope probe on point A. Got it. There we are. Scope probe is on point A now. You can just about see it there. It's a bit dark. But that little board down through there. Where's my pointer gone? This little board is labelled A to D, so point A is on that, on the edge of that IF board. So that's where I'm testing. Let's go back to the scope again. Connect the ground up. There we are. So we can assume that we've got the oscillator up to the mixer. C8, can I get in on C8? I can get on to T2 emitter. Let's try that. Turn that off a minute. Let's get on to T2 emitter. I just want to prove from the front end all the way back through if I can. Okay. Right, okay. So that does prove that we've got the oscillator right the way up to we've got the oscillator right the way up to the emitter of T2. So that's good. Okay. Seems to be a lot of pinging going on. A lot of pinging going on. Oh, that's the wrong way round. Oh well, you know. Come on, come back, Graham. There he is. Right, okay. Check for modulated signal on the base of T2. I mean, I'm liking Steve's idea of injecting into each one. T3, no, T2 is the mixer, Theo. T2 is the mixer. It's also the first IF, but it's a mixer IF. What do... As I say, I've been studying this just to make sure I knew exactly what the hell I was looking at. Can you see that? You might be able to see that. Let me go overhead cam. There we go. So T2, mixer and conventional common emitter IF amplifier. I'm not sure what a common emitter, well, emitter is common to the IF and to the mixer stage, isn't it? Double tuned common emitter amplifier, which is obviously T2. So there. Does that help you any? So we need to check for a modulated signal on the base of T2. Let's see if we can get in on the base. Modulated signal on the base. So it's the second one, that one there. That's one there. Right, okay. Let's try that then. Can you still see the webcam? It's dropped down a bit. I've squashed it. Squash the poor thing. Soon be Christmas. Okay. Overhead cam, picture. Right, so I'm going to probe just out of shot. Base is the second one in. The collector of T2. For a modulated signal on the base of T2. Right, okay. So we've got, I think, just need to familiarise myself with which is which. So we've got emitter base, shield collector. So we've got emitter base, shield collector. Okay, power. So this is the emitter where I was probing just now. Wasn't it? It's not there now. Where's my oscillator gone? Oh, hang on. No, I've lost my oscillator. Where's that gone to then? How can I have lost my oscillator? It was there just now. Wow, how bizarre is that? It's gone. We had an oscillator, now we don't have an oscillator. What's all that about? Is it my earth connection? Let's go back on the collector. Okay. What is going on here? What is going on here? We have no oscillator now. Why is that? Where did my oscillator go? We have no oscillator. We have no oscillator. Is it my earth point? I don't think so. Wow, I haven't done anything apart from turn the board upside down. And now I have no oscillator. That's annoying because I liked my oscillator. It's gone. Well, I don't know what's gone on there because I did have a good oscillator there. I did have a good oscillator. What's going on? Where's my oscillator gone? Hi, Simon. Is the tuning gang shorted? Good point, but I did have an oscillator earlier, Simon. Let's try. Let's twiddle the tuning gang. Could be shorted in one place, Simon, you're quite right. No. Collector of the oscillator transistor is there, so I should be getting something off of that. I've not altered the scope settings. Wow. God, I'll tell you what. No. Oscillator was there. Oscillator was there, Simon. I don't think your tuning gang's shorted. If it is, it's just this second happened. It's a bit bizarre, Simon, because it was working fine just now. Unless, I mean, that mixer transistor does look dodgy as hell, to be honest. Just having a quick look over everything I've touched here just to make sure there's nothing. Let me think the tuning can... The messenger group's going mental here. Hopefully it's all comments that you're making about this video, that you're all conferring to come back to me with the solution. Well, that, if I'm measuring that right, then for some bizarre reason, the tuning gang is shorted, but... I'm scratching my head now. This is bizarre. Let's... How can it be shorted 1 minute and not the next? How can that be? Hi Bill, you ate the oscillator, wash it down with a Coke. We're multitasking, are you? Right, someone's just said to check the oscillator, so... Sorry, not the oscillator, the tuning gang. So obviously there should be, this is the aerial, this is the oscillator side. There should be no connection between these vanes at all. So if I put that there and that there, I'm getting a short. It wasn't there just now. How can it be there now? I didn't touch it. I never touched it. This radio is really playing up, isn't it? So we didn't have a short, and now all of a sudden we have got a short. So with it fully unmeshed, we shouldn't have a short, should we? It's not physically touching. Yeah, the top one is... actually, the top one is the aerial GC1, and the bottom is the oscillator, Simon. So this is the oscillator section here. That one's not showing any contact, but the aerial one certainly is. I'm not sure why. Take off the green wire and check for a short. Hi, Chrissy. Chrissy in one. Welcome. Good thinking, Chrissy. Good thinking. Yeah, it's the Autocrat RP33. There it is, Simon, if you haven't got it. Evening, Andy. How are you? No. Let's say we'll whip that that wire off of there. Test it again. Nothing there now. Now that's gone now, I've disconnected that wire. And that particular section is GC1 on the schematic. Which is up here. GC1 that is, that has shown a short with the wire back in. Now, why would that show a short? Let's have a look. Is the cap okay? Are we talking this one here, C9? 420 picofarads? Oh, hang on, no, sorry. Sorry, we're over here, aren't we? GC1 is the tuning gang. Baffled me. GC1 is short through L1 or L2 dependent on the band select. Okay. Hi Mike, how are you? To be fair, I've not got it on I've just got it on beeper. If I take it off of beeper, off of the beeper and leave it on as per normal, let's reconnect that again. So it's about between 4 and 5 ohms. So 4 ohms basically. And then with the auto button pushed out, it's 2.6. Auto button pushed in, 4.2. Hi, Des. Sundays you're always away, mate. I'm putting my hand up here and I'm not even in the picture. Welcome, Des. How are you? Okay, short as normal. It's a tank circuit. Bro. I don't understand why I had an oscillator just now and I haven't got it now, though. This is what's baffling me. It was oscillating perfectly. I've not altered anything on the scope. The probe, all I've done is took the tip off. I don't think that's going to make a massive difference, is it? Try it again, you never know. I've done something stupid here probably, but try again. There's a webcam. Yeah, you can just about see it. Okay. Try it again. So it's turned on. And I should have my oscillator there. Will you look at that? What is going on with that? Oh. Okay, so my oscillator's back. Victor's saying check OCS transistor. Oh, oscillator transistor for bias voltage and supply voltage. Dodgy link between the two boards. It could be. So before I was probing it there, and that has gone small. It's probably because I've just changed the tuning gang. Is that right? Well, that signal is not as strong as it was either. What is going on? That signal's not as strong as it was. Let me just flip the board back over. So I get to grips with what I'm actually seeing here. Well, the only difference I can see there is I've actually got the hook thing on now and I didn't have earlier. See, that had a bigger signal before. That's the oscillator transistor collector. And this is point A, which just now was a full signal, but now it's half the signal. It's almost like there's something amiss down here somewhere. Why have we not got as strong an oscillator as we did have? Unless it's something to do with this transistor down here. It's a mystery. Hi, Resonator, how are you? Yes, on times 10, Simon. That's times 1. I'm sure I had it on times 10 earlier. Maybe I had it on times 1, Simon. You never know. Yeah. It's we can see that the oscillator's working there. So I think originally what I was trying to do was Theo has suggested probing the collector of that transistor, which is there. So I've got no signal on the collector. But the IFs have got AF117s in some, and we were just really trying to find our way around the radio. So collector's got no oscillator on it of T2. Hang on. Back in the room. That's the boss. That was the boss. The boss. I'll put that there. I'll put it over there. So where are we? So Theo, you asked me to check that, didn't you? Let's go to the overhead camera. Dogs are kicking off again. They keep thinking Mummy's coming home, see? So let me get back onto T2 in the camera. Shut up! They're only doing their job, to be fair. Okay, so I've got a signal at the emitter. I've got a partial signal on the base, but I've got no signal on the collector at all going into the IF CAN, the IF transformer, which seems a bit strange. So I've got signal on the emitter base, but nothing on the collector. It should be amplified through the transistor. I should have a big signal on the collector, unless I'm cracking up and I'm probing the wrong place. Yeah, that's definitely the collector. So let's clamp it onto the collector. Clamp it right on there. We'll connect to one of the IF cans as the ground. Let's try that. No, there's nothing at all on the collector. Not a dicky bird on the collector. What mod level is your schematic? Top right. Um, 29th to the 11th, 66, I think, Paul. If that makes any difference. If the collector of T2 is the mixer output, then we should see a modulated signal. I mean, I would suspect that is it is faulty, to be fair, Theo, but I just wanted to prove it was faulty, if you know what I mean. Certainly we've got nothing there anyway. So there we are, connected up to the collector of T2. If I come off of that, flip it over, where's our... So emitter. That's the emitter. That's the base. That's the collector. Nothing. So let's take it out and have a look. It had to be one of those, didn't it, really? Let's get a bit more light in here. A bit more light, that's a bit better. So I'm going to take T2 out, which is down in here. Then we're going to have a look at him. But I need a tipple first. So I'm going to have a glass of port, I think. I'll also show you that diode that I changed in a minute. Glass of port, it's nearly Christmas, isn't it? Come on. You got a different schematic, Paul, have you? Okay. Excellent. More the merrier. Facebook. Messenger. I hope you're all following along and not having a clue what I'm up to like myself. That was my good lady on her way back. Right, Paul sent me very kindly a PDF of the Autocrat. See what version you've got then, Paul. That's exactly the same, Paul. Number 3, 29th of the 11th, 66, R15 added. That's the same one as I got, I think, by the looks of it. But thanks for sending it over though, Paul. Because I haven't actually got a hard copy on the computer, but I have now. Right, let's get back to where we are then. So that's the plan. Let's pull this transistor out. Let's try not to knock my glass of port over. I've got 3 different glasses here, look. Oh dear. Right. I'm going to burn my hands here, aren't I? Oh, sorry. Bashing the camera. It's only the base and emitter holding it in. Right, just suck the solder out of those holes a minute. Better. Let's have a look at this little monster then. Let's connect that one up to the tester and see what it does. Okay. Fingers crossed this could be the problem. It's a transistor, bum. That's all I'm going to say. It's a transistor, people. I mean, are we any wiser for that? What did Simon request? Yeah, apologies, I didn't see that. Can someone send you the circuit? What are we on about? Washing machines now. The washer dryer isn't working. It's random stuff in here, isn't it? Right, let's stick another transistor in there anyway. So again, it's collector, shield, base, emitter. So collector, shield, base, emitter. There we go. Now this is a pain to get in here. You need pencil-like fingers to get in there. I don't know where Sean's gone tonight. Really not sure where Sean is. But he can always catch up later. Came out easy enough, didn't it? And I need to make sure I haven't gone and crossed these legs over. This is the trouble. So that's a collector. That's got to go that way. So I'm struggling now to try and get this transistor in, as you can probably see. Nearly there. Tweezers, tweezers. Fetch the tweezers. Where's the tweezers when you want them? Working great ones as well. Is she in? Come on. She's in. Now, I don't know what that'll perform like as a mixer, but who knows till we try it. Did you check base collector emitter shorts? Yeah, I cut the shields on them, Simon. The shields I cut off yesterday when I was doing the stream. So they are all history. I mean, I'm going to change them all anyway, but like I say, I just wanted to try and prove that it was one of them gone, but it could well be more than that. Extractor on. Okay. Right, let's try it again. Let's try it again. Cheers, everybody. Gotta love a bit of fault finding, don't you? I do like fault finding. It's just so frustrating sometimes when you know you're so near, but for some reason it just does not raise its head. Well, we still have nothing. Let's just have a look, see if that's changed the situation with the collector. See if we've got any signal on the collector now then. So let's probe again. So that's our emitter, base, shield. Still nothing on the collector, people. There's a little flicker there, but there's not. I can't get it to register or anything. So unless something's dragging the collector down further on. Let's just catch up what we're saying. What about dodgy caps and resistors? Where'd you get the liquid flux from? It is Warburton, I think it is. Not Warburton. Yeah, it's not Wharton. Not sure. I did put it out on a video a while back, Tony, actually. So we have oscillator there, Simon, from TR1. TR2 isn't short unless there's something pulling it down. We haven't got a great current draw. Yeah, there you go. Paul's dropped you a link there, Tony, to Wharton's flux. I mean, I've got one more AF117 to pull. There's only one left in there, and that is T3. So that one's got to go. The caps, the normal caps are all done. Just try the IF to see if it works. I'm suspecting early IF stage short. Try the IF. Michael! Tuesday live. Good morning, mate. Welcome. Simon, just try the IF to see if it works. Tell me what you mean by that, Simon. Try the IF. Try the IF. Steve, lift it and check the collector again. Lift what, Steve? Lift it. Do you mean lift the transistor out again? RF or AF, Simon? I did get an AF signal through it, but I don't think I got an RF signal through it. See if I can hook this up so it doesn't fall all over the shop. Can you see that? Probably can't. Let's get me out of the way. No, you can't see that. I've got nothing to put it on here to show you what I'm up to. Look. So it's 455. This thing is rubbish. The 5 button, 455 kilohertz, I believe, is the IF. Modulation is on. So we want RF signal, not AF. RF signal. We want to modulate it. What, at 30% AM? One kilohertz. That's 470, is it? Hang on, Steve. Hang on. Hang fire. Hang fire. We're just going to stick some IF up it a minute. So let's chuck in 600%. No, we don't want that. 60% AM. So the frequency 470. Okay, level. God, tell you what, I have got to do these buttons. It's driving me mad. Hey! So shall we go minus 50? Are we liking how I've got it set up? So I've got it at 470 now on the top. Minus 50 dBm. Modulation frequencies 1 kilohertz tone at 60% AM. What do we think? Let's go back to the main camera for a minute. Are we right? %. Let's change it to 30% modulation then. Okay. So I'm just going to chuck that on the base of T2. And do I need a blocking capacitor in there? Or am I just sticking it straight on? IF is 470. Yes, I need a blocking cap, or no, I don't need a blocking cap. Always best, Michael. A 0.1. I'm just trying to find a 0.1 here now, Steve. Where the hell's a 0.1 where you need it? I've definitely got loads of those here somewhere. 100 NF, there we go. Just double check, 100 NF is 0.1, isn't it? 100 NF, 0.1, yep. I've actually remembered something. So let's just solder that quickly on, saves messing about, doesn't it? Onto the base of T2. Base of T2 it is then. There we go. Right, let me get you on the overhead cam then, show you what I've done. Can you see there? So what I've done, I've just soldered one end of this 0.1 microfarad capacitor onto the base of T2, which is the mixer and first IF. And then I've got my lead from the SIGGEN connected to that. Set at 470. Let's put some power on. Can't hear there's nothing. There's nothing getting through. Just up the level a bit. So I've increased the modulation. That made no difference. Let's increase the RF power. Do I need the negative? Do I need the ground lead connected or not? It makes no difference, to be fair. No. So there is nothing. So you want the should not really. Check the signal generator with the scope for an output. Don't think you need ground really. Michael's saying should not really, but I don't know what you mean. Should not what, Michael? Check the signal gen with the scope for an output. Okay. So what are we checking? That the signal generator's working now, are we? Are we checking that the signal generator works? That doesn't seem very successful, does it? Dogs are kicking off again. That's my hand, actually. Ignore that. Oh, you can't see it anyway. Yeah, no, I've got the right one connected, if that's what you're saying, yeah. So it's connected to the 1 watt side. Obviously not the AF. We're not putting an AF signal out, are we? I can push an AF signal through it, no problem at all, but it won't put an RF signal through it. You can't read that very well because of the flicker, plus this camera. It's a webcam, so it doesn't like going up close, really. So Mummy's home by the sound of it. Yeah, there's nothing going through, Simon. For some reason I can't pick the RF up on the scope. So I may not have the correct settings on the scope, but I can't pick the output up on the scope for some reason. Well, I got sort of something there. Strange. Have we changed C13? Definitely is the bass, isn't it? Yeah, on the bass. A picture port car. Don't ask me that, Steve. You I'll just double check. Set that up again. Just going to reset that just to double check. Steve could be right. I'm sure it was kilohertz I had it done. Said max 1. Yeah, that's definitely RF, Simon. Let's just run through what I'm doing with the Marconi then a minute. Let's set it up. Let's get rid of me picture in picture. So hopefully you can see. So down the bottom here, we've got our two output RF outputs. This side is 75 watts maximum in or out. This is 1 watt maximum in or out. We don't need more than a watt in or out, do we? So I'm going to select the 1 watt side, so that's lit. Going up to the top, obviously we need to be in RF generator mode. Frequency 470 kilohertz, which you should be able to see at the top there, 470 kilohertz. It's got level -100. I'll push a level up to -50. dBm. So on modulation, I'll push set modulation. Frequency is 1K, which is fine, that's just the tone. Level at the moment is set at 1500 kilohertz, but we'll set it to AM. Not that it makes a lot of difference, I don't suppose. Level, let's do 30. Hang on, I've got to get the other hand. 30% AM. So we're 470 kilohertz, 50 dBm, 1 kilohertz frequency, 30% level. Modulation, that is. Modulation off, modulation on. So as far as I can see, that is right. Unless anyone knows different, that looks to me to be right. I was on megahertz, Steve, was I? Yeah, right, okay. That would explain it, wouldn't it? Let's try it again then. So I'm just going to tack that back on again. Now it's not going to tack on. Let's try it again then with kilohertz this time, shall we? We'll try it with kilohertz. Try again. That's what I got, Simon. Output -50 dBm. I've got it soldered on at the moment, Steve, so just seeing if we can push it through. TR2. Right. Oh, I'll tell you what, this phone is non-stop tonight, isn't it? It's non-stop. So let me see, I got a message here as well. It might be urgent, you never know. No, just saying I've missed a call. Could be trying to get me to come up the pub. Right, okay. Let it rip. Go for it. Scope probe's ready. El Scopo Probiobo. That is a word, obviously. Let's find a decent earth here. Where we got a decent earth too. Looks like an earth there. Let's go there. Right. Okay, that's up to the scope. I'll show you the scope as well. Nothing. Why have I got nothing? Not a dicky bird. And strangely, nothing on the scope. Let's go with what Steve's saying now then. Let's go with the base of... what's the other one I haven't changed? This one, let's go T3 base, which is the second one in. Just there. So I'm connected up to T3 base now. Nothing. Nothing, I can't. Nothing. Unless my signal generator is absolutely kaput. Let's go with the very last one then, which is the one we've just installed, T3 base. T4 base even. That's making some noise. I mean, that should be absolutely blasting through. I'm not sure what's going on with that. And that's the modulation on. That don't sound too healthy, to be fair. Well, my signal generator was working. I'm baffled. Check the SIGGEN generator output on the scope. Ring neck. Okay, let me just catch up. Bad C13 would kill the IF dead. C13, Paul, I think that's the one that I changed, wasn't it? Yeah, brand new that one, mate. C13 was bad, but it's good now. Hang on, though. I might have got a capacitor in backwards. Hang on. Hang on. Idiot alert. I may have put a cap in backwards. I think I've got a capacitor in the wrong way round. Oh dear. Oh dear. Would I admit to that? I just have. Let me show you what I mean. That to me looks like that says positive, and I've got the negative going to it. What do you think? Could that cause a problem or not? No, it cannot be, surely. Oh, frustrating. I'm gonna have to have a whiskey for that. I can't. Hey, there he is. Cap wrong way on a labelled board is the only way to go. 3 points for a month. It's not C13 though. It is. C13's fine. That is the one that I put in yesterday in place of the Alka mode. So that is C21. So I've got C21 in backwards for those that are following along with the diagram, which is basically connecting directly to ground backwards. Surprised that didn't get hot actually. Ugh. Yeah, it was definitely in the backwards. In the backwards? In the backwards? What's in the backwards mean? In backwards. Oh dear. To make sure I haven't killed it. I've killed it. It's dead. Ah, dear. Oh dear. Never mind. At least I found it. Let's try it the white way round. Try it the white way round. I still don't understand why I was getting no output from my signal generator on the scope though. That's slightly worrying. Very slightly worrying. So potentially this was actually fixed yesterday, wasn't it? Right. Right. Who wants to shoot me first then? Definitely a discount, Clive. Oh dear. Well, like I say, at least I spotted it. And it won't be the last time, David, you're quite right. It certainly killed it dead, though. I've taken my signal generator out, as I hope I haven't. Wire wound resistor was the one way wound. Right. I know you're all waiting to try it, but I think I'm going to call it a night now. What do you think? Would I be so cruel? Ready? Ha! Still doesn't work. It still doesn't work. It still doesn't work, people. Tom, don't watch. Cover your eyes. Yeah, Spanky, it's I've got to change that last transistor. Changed every other transistor. Might as well change the last one. Like I say, it's got its shield wire cut off. C13 pull! I've done a hit. Which C13 are you on about? And that is the right way round, Paul. That is in there, look. In between these cans here is C13 lives. You see him? Let me just zoom you in so as you can be 100% sure I've changed it. Where am I? There's the one I had the wrong way round. That one's right now. And there he is, look. See him? C13, and it's the right way round. Negative, positive. You happy, Paul? Are you happy? Yeah, I'm getting to the stage of mashing it with a sledgehammer on the patio at the back. Based on the whiskey repair. The whiskey repair. Yeah, we could have a tequila repair tomorrow night. No, it's darts practice tomorrow night. So where are we? I'm here. Let's go out a bit because I am in a bit close. So this is the last AF117. Let's have a look at that one then. Is this the dodgy one? Has this been the culprit all along? Oof! Ooh, that's poorly. That's not very nice, is it? I hope it's not blown the new diode. Don't say that, George. Don't say it's blown the diode. So can you see this? It says we've got an HFE of 1, and across the collector and emitter we can see this, it's shown another diode. That one's absolutely knackered. Are we happy that that one's knackered? Don't put capacitors in the wrong way round, Tom. I do most things right, but I did that wrong, badly wrong. Right. Wrong, right? Oh dear. Toss it. I can't toss it, it's Clive's radio. Poor old Clive must be thinking toss it himself by now. Right, so let's make sure we get the last one the right way around. I mean, I could have done all sorts of damage with that cap the wrong way around, I suppose, couldn't I? I could have taken out all the transistors that I put in here and all sorts of things. Right, so it's collector shield base emitter again. Collector shield base. Collector shield. Then of course we could have put some of the transistors in the wrong way as well, just to add salt to the wounds. I still can't get my fingers in there. Can you see where I am here? Not really that well. That's why I'm trying to put this thing in. It's all screen printed on the board, so it's easy to put in. You can't get them wrong, can you? Oh, God. God help us when it's not screen printed. Bit of a stretch, this one. Got him. Right. So that transistor that had gone the same way as the other transistor yesterday. There he is with the extractor in front of me. Not turned on. Right. Replace it with an ECC 83. That would be a good idea, Michael. Casa Nobles Tequila 5 years is my potion. I have got some pretty good stuff. Good basic. Okay. You're dead right there, Doug. Daren't look. Nah, you don't want. We don't want to try it now, do we? I'm going to call it a day again. Ha! Still doesn't work. Oh!
At the World Championships in Doha. Just over 13,000 people watched the first session on Friday, but numbers have dropped since then. Local organisers are blaming the...
It didn't work because I had the auto button in, not the in and not out.
Jay, good to see you, as always. I personally apologise on behalf of all football fans for one of the most boring, embarrassing displays of football that I've ever seen. It lacked quality, it lacked idea, it lacked imagination.
Oh dear.
The list goes on and on and on. It was the things that we'll be talking about, whether or not...
Yay!
Whether or not someone should have played the whistle. I think that's it, really. I think they're the two highlights. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Scott-McTominay goal was fantastic, right? Whatever match that is in, at any level, a goal like that can only be described as just perfection. Beautiful shot, great goal. In fact, the Arsenal goal, the Bamiyang goal, was a really good goal as well. You know, it was a really good goal.
I am a dumb ash.
And that's what I've seen. Haven't been great, haven't been particularly brilliant. I haven't seen Arsenal live, of course.
20th anniversary of the start of communist rule. Protesters have been banned.
That's long wave.
Big rally after police said they'd received credible intelligence that activists were planning a major escalation.
It's not very loud. I'd expect it to be a bit louder than that, to be fair. It is loud. It is loud. Oh dear. It's definitely no blown outputs. It's fine. It is fine. Mic's off, is he? Cheers, Michael. Thanks for joining us tonight, mate. A bit of an impromptu one. Full alignment. Oh, God. What's the time? It's 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. No full alignment. That's tomorrow night. No, it's not. It's going to probably have been tweaked. I would have thought someone's been messing with it, no doubt. So the IF looks like it's been screwed right down, to be fair. I can give it a twiddle a minute, just to see if it proves a point. That's a weak station I can barely hear. No, cores are pretty stiff. No, I don't think it's alignment. But I don't want to mess with them. It is going to need an alignment. Yeah, it's a little bit deaf. It is deaf, so it's going to need a bit of alignment, but not tonight. It's going to need no alignment tonight whatsoever. Right, let's just Monday madness. It really is Monday madness. Yeah, I will try it outside. You all know what it's like here. It's a bit of a black hole for radios. Cheers, David. Night, mate. Thanks for joining us. tequila-driven stream. Tis for you late birds, George. It's early for you. Part 3 coming soon, yeah. Simon's off, is he? I'm not sure who's off and who's on. What's going on here? Is Simon going? Just trying to catch up with the chat. I will sleep well. I have a working radio. You're welcome, Clive. I'll tell you what. That was a head scratcher, wasn't it? I mean, it was obvious it was going to be the AF117s. I just wanted to try and prove it, really, but it didn't help me having my capacitor around the wrong way, did it? $5 for you, Bill. God, it's all right for some, isn't it? It's all right for some. Owen Bishop, Electronics First Course. Cheers, Andy. Got there in the end, mate. I mean, normally I just go in and change the AF117s, put new caps in it, and 99% of the time away it'll go. But it's nice sometimes to investigate a bit further and try and get to the bottom of it. Cheers, Sean. Cheers, mate. Catch you soon. Can we have a Dynatron next if you're doing a Wednesday live? Much better than the Kardashians. Well, I don't like to try and compete with people like the Kardashians, Resonator, but yeah, I think you're probably right there. Right, people, well, I think we've come to a logical end on it. It does probably need a bit of alignment, but Sean is right. It is terrible reception up here with all... It wasn't as bad until I put all this new computers and everything in, and now it's like a lot worse. Do you try it on the main speaker in the set? Yeah, it's actually on the main speaker, Andy. It is on the main speaker. Analog static is better than Kardashians. Yeah, you're right. Interference is better than that. White noise. Cheers, Tony. Catch you soon, mate. I'm out tomorrow night, Resonator, so it's unlikely. We can share the group link again if anyone wants to join in. Let me just do that for you. Group link. Text copy to clipboard. So if you want to join in our messenger group, if you click that link, no matter where you are in the world, George will be up, even if you're in Australia. Hey Rob, cheers mate. I didn't see you there hovering. Entertaining, yeah, I'm sure it is for you people that know what you're doing. It's probably thinking, look at that idiot, what is he up to now? Yeah, Kentucky bourbon. That'll clear me out, won't it? Don't worry, Tom. Don't worry, mate. Thanks, Resonator. Appreciate that, mate. Ping, what are we pinging? Are you sending messages again? What's pinging now? Oh, we've got lots of pings on the group, have we? But yeah, if you click on that that messenger link that I've just posted there, then you can join the group, and don't just sit there and watch. Join in. That's what it's all about. Don't forget my PayPal site as well, my PayPal link, Patreon, and all the rest of that business. I was going to put a Patreon video on. Actually, I'm working on the NVCF one. You know, the NVCF video that I promised to get out that I still haven't. Slack, I know, but I will get it out there. It's 99% finished, so wild turkey repairs. Cheers, Mike. Catch you soon, mate. There's lots of pinging. Oh, it's all pinging all around me now. It's pinging all around me. Test. I'm sure that's moonshine that George has got in that jar. You know, he calls it his urine jar, I think, isn't it? A urine sample, but I reckon that's moonshine in there. Anyway, cheerio, everybody. Oh, wrong hand. Cheers. Catch you all soon. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Any comments, put them in there. If you think I'm an idiot, which I am, then, you know, tell me by all means. Preferably not thumbs down, but if you didn't like it, give it the thumbs down. And I'll catch all you good people soon. Anyway, bye for now, everybody. Catch you soon.